Hope you all are keeping well. So today we are going to study tenses. Okay, we all are always thinking that tenses are very difficult. Let's study tense in a very easy manner. Okay, let's start. See, this is tense. Try to understand what is the tense is saying itself. Okay, tense is saying that what is the meaning of tense you can understand with its name. Tense mean time plus action. Time plus action. Okay. When we think about time, we think about three time: present, past, and future. Present time, past time, and future. And when we think about action, then we think that what is action? Try to understand that action means doing something. Action is what? Work. Action is work. All the actions can be done in all three times. You can do some action in present time also. You can do the same action. You may have done it at past time also, and it may be that you will do it in future time also. So the action, the work can be done in all three times. So let's see that the work, if we will do work in present time, so let's see, if we will do work in present time, so we will divide this present work in a further four parts. What are these four parts? Let's try to understand that. These are indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Perfect continuous. So now, present, at present time, there can be indefinite tense. What is the meaning of indefinite tense? When we talk, normally when we talk, so suppose we are talking that I am going to complete this work definitely. Means what? That I will definitely complete this work in given time, whatever time is there. But here we are talking about indefinite. Means here time is not clear. It is indefinite. Here we don't know we will complete it at what time. Whether we will be able to complete it in the given time or not. So it is what? Indefinite. So first tense is what? Indefinite. Among present tense, we will read first one is what? Indefinite tense. And second one, let us see the second one. It is continuous. Suppose you are studying and you are studying for 2 hours continuously. 2 hours continuously means it's continuous tense. Your work is continuous for 2 hours. And then perfect. Perfect as it's clear from its name that the work is done perfectly. That the work is done perfectly. You have completed your homework perfectly. So when the work is completed perfectly, then we understand that this is the perfect tense. And last one is perfect continuous. Work is done perfectly at given time. And at that time, you were doing that work continuously. That is perfect continuous. First, try to understand all these four names properly. So these four names, when we study that present and indefinite. So we have to speak it in this way. Present indefinite tense. Present continuous tense. Present perfect tense. Present perfect continuous tense. Means at present time when we are doing that work, and suppose it is that type of work where time limit is not given, which is habitual action, which is universal truth, then it is indefinite tense. And next one is continuous, when we are talking about something when the work is going on continuously. And last, third one is perfect. Work is completed perfectly before sunrise. And last one is perfect continuous. Now let's try to understand these four parts of tenses properly. So first of all, today we are going to study about present indefinite tense. Today we will study present indefinite tense. Let's think about a sentence which we will make. We are going to think a simple sentence. Suppose Rahul loves to play football. Rahul loves to play football. Here, as we know, it is present indefinite tense. Here, when it is singular, when the subject is singular, then we are using S or ES with verb. Then we use S or ES with verb. So Rahul loves to play football. As I told you that here the tense, the time is not clear. Here we don't know about the time that he was playing at what time. It is a regular habitual action that he loves to play football. So he plays it today, tomorrow, all the time. Or sun rises in the east. Sun rises in the east. Now this we know that sun rises every day in the east only. It cannot happen that tomorrow it will rise from west. It cannot happen. So it is what? Universal truth. So in present indefinite tense we are talking about habitual action and universal truth. Habitual action, universal truth, and regular action which we are doing regularly. Rahul comes to school daily. Rahul comes to school daily. So this is the regular action. So you understood, children, that when we use present indefinite tense, when the subject is singular, we use with the verb S or ES. And when the subject is plural, suppose in place of Rahul we will say they. So they love to play football. They love to play football. They love to play football. When we are saying they, means what? It is plural. When the subject is plural, then we will use verb without S or ES. Then we will use verb without S or ES. Understood? So we first of all we have seen about singular, then we have seen about plural. Now we will see how to make it negative. Let's make it negative. First of all, this sentence, first one. Let's try to make it negative. So we could see there is no helping verb. We have seen that here in this sentence there is no helping verb. So how to make it negative? So what we will do? We will take one dummy helping verb, that is do, does, did. We will take one helping verb, that is do, does and did. Do we use with plural. We use do with plural. We use does with singular. And we use did with past tense. Okay? Did we use with past tense? May it be singular, may it be plural. May it be singular, singular, may it be plural. May the subject be singular or plural. Okay. Now let's try to make it negative. So Rahul loves to play football. As Rahul is singular here, we have seen here we use does with singular. Here we could see that we use does with singular. So how to make negative? Rahul does not love to play football. Rahul does not love to play football. Now just make one interrogative sentence with the same sentence. We are going to make this sentence interrogative, same sentence. Okay. Rahul loves to play football. This same sentence we are going to make interrogative. So again, in interrogative also we have to remember with singular does, with plural do, and in past tense maybe singular or plural we will use did. So let's see how to make question or interrogative. Remember, whenever we are making interrogative, so what we have to do? We have to keep this helping verb in the beginning. You can make an arrow in your book or copy to show that you have to keep this helping verb in the beginning. So we will write in this manner. Does Rahul. Now here we have written loves, but when we are using do, does, did, we will use first form of verb. Whenever we use do, does and did, we use first form of verb. First form of verb or base form or V1. So right. So does Rahul, here we cannot write loves. We will write love. Does Rahul love to play football? Don't forget to put question mark. Does Rahul love to play football? We have seen this in present tense how to make negative and how to make question. How to make negative, how to make interrogative. Now let's see how to use the same sentence in past indefinite tense. Let's see how to make the same sentence in past indefinite tense. Remember the sentence and remember these things, that where you have to use do, where you have to use does, and where you have to use did. So let us see past indefinite tense. If we will use the same sentence in past indefinite tense, so what we have to do here, we have to change the verb in past tense. We have to change the verb in past tense. We will change loves to loved. We will change loves to loved. So what is that? In past tense we will use second form of verb. In past indefinite tense we will use second form of verb or V2, second form of verb. Okay. So Rahul loved to play football. Same sentence we are going to make negative. Let's try to make negative with the same sentence in past tense. Okay. So Rahul, I told you that in past tense, whether it be singular or plural, we have to use did. May it be singular, may it be Rahul, may it be they, plural, but we have to use did. So Rahul, now let's make negative. Rahul did not. Now again, see, try to understand that we have to change it. Just before some time we made it past tense and wrote loved. But here when we use do, does, did, again we have to write love. With do, does, did, we will use only base form or first form. Only base form or first form of verb. With do, does, did, we will use only base form or first form of verb. Understood? Now let's make it. Rahul did not love to play football. Same sentence we are going to make interrogative also. So what to do? Earlier we have seen that whenever we are making interrogative, the helping verb, the dummy helping verb, it comes forward. So did Rahul love to play football? Did Rahul love to play football? Don't forget to put question mark here. So this is past tense. Now we did it. We made all three sentences in present, past, and now we are going to make the same sentence in future tense. Now we are going to make the same sentence in future tense. So what we will do? We will not change the sentence here. It will be clear to you that if we will not change the sentence, then you will be able to understand it more properly. So what we will do? In place of past indefinite tense, now we are going to make it future indefinite tense. Future indefinite tense. Okay? Now let's make the same sentence. Let's change the same sentence in future indefinite tense. Future indefinite tense, here we are using will shall. So when we use will shall, again first form of verb. Earlier we used do, does, did and base form. Now we will use will shall and again the base form. Here Rahul will love to play football. Rahul will love to play football. Here we change it in future tense. Let's try to make it negative. How to make negative? We all know when we are making negative, if it is having some helping verb, if the sentence is having some helping verb, then we have to put not after the helping verb or after the linking verb. So Rahul will not love to play football. Let's make the same sentence interrogative. Interrogative, as we did for previously we did, same way we will keep the helping verb in the beginning. We will keep this helping verb in the beginning. So we will make it in this way. Will Rahul love to play football? Don't forget to put question mark. Here we have talked about all three tenses in indefinite tense. All three parts of indefinite tense. Present indefinite, past indefinite and future indefinite. In our next video, I will tell you about continuous tense. I think you understood about indefinite tense. So now in our next video we will study about continuous tense. Okay children?